This is a quick manifestation success story that prove that blanket affirmations work. And for anyone who doesn't know what a blanket affirmation is, it's basically a very generic affirmation and can be about anything in your life. So, for example, one that I was using in this success story and one that I use all the time is everything is always like working out for me. So on Sunday, I had planned to meet with a friend. We had exhibition tickets somewhere in London town. And I had planned the whole day. I'd go to the gym in the morning, and then I would actually get the riverboat to go all the way to that part of the town. And I thought it's a really sunny day. Why not enjoy that? I hadn't been on it before. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And whilst I was on my way to get this boat, I realized that I mixed up the times completely. First of all, we were supposed to meet at 4 and not 4:30. And second of all, the boat thing was going to take way longer than I thought, and I was absolutely panicking because it wasn't very close. It takes time to get there. And I was like, oh no, how am I going to meet her on time? I'm going to disappoint her. And then we're not going to enjoy the exhibition. So I was furiously texting her, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Um, and she messaged me to say, right, okay, no problem at all. But just to let you know, last entry is actually at 4 p.m. So you kind of need to get there for 4 p.m. And what was the second thing? Last entry was at 4 p.m. and I forgot what the other thing was. Basically, you need to get there on time. So I was freaking out and I was like, no, 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 I'm going to go back to my affirmations. I'm not going to manifest more chaos. I'm going to just say, everything's always working out for me. Everything's always working out for me. Everything's always working out for me. And so I looked up alternate ways to get there. And it was like walk for 20 minutes, then get one tube, then get another tube, and then walk again. And I was determined. I was like, well, I'm going to meet my friend anyway, but I don't want to disappoint her, number one. And number two, I don't want to miss the whole exhibition. I want to be able to be let in if they're saying last entry. And I was calculating the time, and it was showing that I was going to get there at 4:30, and the exhibition itself closes at 5. So I was like, oh my God, I'm only going to have half an hour in there. What's the point? What's going on? Anyway, I was walking. Everything's always working out for me. Everything's always working out for me. Even though I arrived late, they still let me in. Everything's always working out for me. And what I like to do with blanket affirmations, especially if I'm in an emergency situation or a situation that I'm panicked about, I always imagine, and it's a 10-second, 20-second exercise. I just feel the feelings of what it would be like if everything turned out fine. So in this scenario, I would feel relief that I got there on time, they let me in, my friend was really chilled about it. Um, so I just took a second to just be like, oh, and I would imagine I'd probably say, oh, cool, I got in and I enjoyed the exhibition and everything was fine. And every time I got on a different mode of transport, so I was walking for ages, then I was on tube one, I'd say those affirmations, do the relief exercise, and I just breathe in and breathe out. And then I'd go to the second tube and I'd do the same thing. Anytime I felt like my worry was creeping up, and then because I didn't want to dwell on it too much because I was worried about thinking negatively, I just distracted myself with my book. Or I'd look outside and I'd appreciate, wow, I'm in London, this looks amazing. Um, and so I did this a few times, and then I looked at the time and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. This is great. This is so great. And long story short, I managed to make it to the exhibition. I was literally running. I walked in, I was like, please let me in. I've got my ticket, my friend is here. Um, and the lady was literally like so chilled about it. She was saying, oh, yeah, absolutely, go on in. And she was basically welcoming me in rather than me thinking there's going to be a really strict last entry. I was half an hour late and they still let me in. Um, my friend was so chilled about it. And the exhibition was actually quite small, which meant you could totally enjoy it and be immersed in it for the half an hour that we had left. Um, so everything was well and truly working out for me. And then on top of that, after we left, we just had a really, really lovely rest of the day. So that blanket affirmation of everything is working out applied in so many ways. It calmed my nervousness, it calmed my anxiousness, it got me there on time. I enjoyed where I was. I got to enjoy the exhibition, and then the day continued to get better and better. We saw a beautiful sunset, we had a lovely chat. I invited her out somewhere else and she was free. And we had a lovely, lovely meal. So, if you take away anything from this video, it's really to reinforce the fact that affirmations do work. They don't always need to be specific, and blanket affirmations are so powerful. So, you must include them in your everyday routine when you're just going out and about and living your life.